Oh, Monday, getting a bit too much hair now. Jeepers. It's Monday. The weekend day just gone was Hope's birthday, my youngest, and it was really nice. So she had a few people around, a couple of friends around, and I suppose this is where it makes it all a little bit weird with the whole going back to school thing. So we've been thinking a lot about Hope going back to school, and Lila as well, my oldest, and we're really torn. We're really torn. Um, you know, the problem is that the government either hasn't been truthful or has been mixed up from the very start and has made mistakes pretty much every step of the way. Whether it be, at the start where they were like, don't worry about locking down, we'll do a herd immunity. So they wanted everyone to just spread the illness. And then they went, oh shit, everyone's falling ill and there's people dying. Or, the amount of time, allowing people to mingle, then they weren't mingling, then they're allowing people to gather in groups. You know, it's just been completely inconsistent all the way through, and lies among the government. So with them saying social distance and then they weren't distancing, to the point now where they're happy enough for all the children to basically go back to school with no social distancing. We've seen videos now of the classroom for my youngest, what she's expected to go back to, and there's no distancing whatsoever. And there's all this talk about, oh, they're less likely to, suffer if they were to catch it and blah blah. They will fucking bring it home if it's there. There will be children going to school with no symptoms. That's already been said, that children can show no symptoms, that there's certain people that can show no symptoms. So when you've got all of these children coming back into school and sitting with close proximity of each other, because they're all in rows right next to each other, because apparently facing each other isn't great, but yet having them right next to each other, you're going to have kids smack bang in the middle with children sitting next to them. The problem is that whenever the government or anyone is showing you example pictures of how the classroom's going to look and things like that, the classroom's very small. They make it look like there's only 10 kids in a class, but there fucking isn't. There's 25, 30 children, packed into a class in rows. So we're really torn. I think what we'd like to do is give it a couple of weeks. I feel that right now it is just an experiment by the government to see. So I'm not allowing my children to be guinea pigs. So we will be contacting the school and saying, we're keeping them off. We're keeping them off. We're confused and scared as parents. It's just strange. It's really strange. It's my wife's birthday over the next couple of days. I'm going to move on from the corona situation, because seriously, that makes me cross. But yeah, it's my wife's birthday in the next couple of days. It's a bit fucking weird, because we made a decision not to get each other presents because we wanted to buy a load of new things for the house, so like paint and things like that to decorate the kitchen, and new knives and new cutlery, new plates and things like that. So we both agreed not to get each other anything. Now I was absolutely fine on my birthday, because I have everything I want, and anything I do want, I tend to just get. I'm an easy to please guy. I collect comics, collect books, random DVDs, random albums. I'm not really into massive things. I don't really need things. And my wife's the same. However, I love getting things for other people. I love treating her. So we're planning, or I'm planning anyway, on just doing some nice cooking. So I'm gonna make a nice veggie lasagna. She loves veggie lasagna. We'll probably just sit with the girls, watch some shitty films, and just spend some nice time together. Maybe go for a walk, kind of what I did on mine. I think we're at a point that our favourite times are when we're all together as a family. I know that sounds twee and cheesy, but I'm really fortunate that we are such a lovely, great unit. Me and my wife and the two girls, we just really love the time together. Now, granted, my girls are unbelievably, the shock this yesterday I got. My girls are now 9, and my oldest will be 13. And granted, yes, they're still very young, and I've got plenty of time for them to hate us as they go through the teenage years, but right now we're all good. So I'd like to keep that going for as long as possible. What else is going on? I've been doing a bit of work on the website for the Warriors of Dystonia project. I sort of dipped in. I've taken the time out, as I said all along, so this is my second week off, to be honest. But I just wanted to kind of get the ball rolling on a few things with the project, especially around the website. But it's a lot of work. I need to rebuild the whole thing and rewrite the whole thing and rewrite all of my profiles, and so I will dedicate time properly to doing that, along with the interviews, which I'm planning on arranging for next week and the week after. So just be 3 catch-ups, but I want to get the structure of the podcast in mind first, so that I can use these as pilot episodes. I'll record a pilot episode, which is going to be myself first, just talking about the project, and then move on to planning and getting the interview set up. Then subsequently, I don't know whether I'm going to make it a monthly thing to start off with or what. See, the other issue on a personal level behind the scenes, I've actually got a book project, which is my own, a fiction book that I've been working on for a long time under a pseudonym, and I've promised for the past God knows how many years that this book was going to happen. This is the 3rd book of a set of 5, I believe, I promised I was going to do as part of the project. So I really want to spend some time working on that too. So my idea being get the podcast up and running, spread a bit of awareness obviously through the podcast and things then, and then from there move on to letting that run in the background for a bit whilst I work on my own fiction project at the same time. So we'll see. But not to mention, I'm also working on a project with my oldest daughter. We've done a few things in the past. I've always felt really guilty, to be honest, because my youngest daughter, she loves drawing, she's very creative, but she's not as invested in it as my oldest daughter. And with my oldest daughter, we actually made a book together when she was about 5, which you can buy. It's called Princess Lila and Cave, and Lila did all of the illustrations and dictated what she wanted the story to be to me. Well, recently we watched The Babadook, and we were talking about the book that was used in that film, and Lila was like, can you buy it anywhere? And I had a look online, and yes, you can, for £400, which is scandalous. It does my head in when people buy limited special collector's items, not because they want them, but because they want to sell them on. It's crap, I understand. I've got collector's items myself. I've got limited collector's things which are worth a fortune, but I like it because they're part of my collection. I'd never sell them on. They're mine. I love having them. It scratches an itch I've got where it comes to, I feel great because I've got this thing that not many people have got. Anyway, So we were talking about the Babadook book, and we decided with Lila's creativity, I mean, she's amazing, the things she makes out of paper and craft and meticulously cutting and things like that, that what we're going to do is actually create our own physical storybook. So we'll not, it won't be printed, it'll be a one-off book that we'll write. We've come up with this concept of a creature. Lila was awesome, she did some research, talked to her friends about what scared them the most, and then yeah, we came up with this thing, this creature. So and that's another project I'm doing at the same time. My youngest, yeah, like I said, she doesn't spend an entire day drawing every single day like my oldest daughter does. But Lila, her hope is she's a gamer. She's like I was. She loves playing Minecraft, and the things she does on that are incredible. She's very, very good. I love how quickly she can pick up a game and be able to use the controller. I know for gamers that doesn't sound like a big thing, but when you step away and you see a young person, you know, doing this as quickly and easy and adapting to different games as quickly, it is cool. I suppose there's a sense of pride in there as well, because I was always a gamer myself, but I grew up in a time where you had a controller with one button, which was still pretty impressive if you were playing games like Arcade Plus, where you had moves for every angle of the controller with the button pressed and things, you know. So but yeah, that's the end of my exciting update for today. I'm going to carry on with my day off.